Alright, so part 2, we do number 2 in your notes. Okay, you're going to again I'm going to go ahead and take equation 1 and 3 this time. And what you want to do is kind of scan across, is there any opposites that we can eliminate right away? And I don't really notice that, but I do notice that some of the variables have the same number, so I'm going to go ahead and do 1 and 3. Again, be careful as you write these down. Make sure you're writing down the correct signs so we don't make any mistakes. Okay, so I noticed that, that the y variable has the same coefficient, however the signs are different, so we're going to go ahead and multiply that times -1 all the way across. This becomes plus x plus 2y and then minus z. I'm going to bring down the other equation below just so it's easier to look at. Minus 2y minus 2z minus 2. Again, take your time as you go through these. Alright, so now I know that I can eliminate the y. Okay, add up the other variables. X plus 3x is 4x, minus z and minus 2z minus 3z. 18 minus 2, 16. There's your equation number 4. Okay, then I have to go over here and remember, eliminate the same variable they eliminated on that side. So I'm going to take two other equations, and I'll do 2 and 3 this time, just because I noticed that the y's are again the same number, and actually if you look all the way across all equations, they all have the same coefficient there. Okay, double check, did I write it down correctly? Alright, good. Okay, now again, I'm going to have to multiply a -1 here. Okay, I'm going to pause the video and let you guys work that step out. Notice I brought down the other equation. Here's the new one after I changed it with -1. I have now 3x here. Eliminate the y. And remember, again, eliminate the y here, eliminate the y here. Negative z, negative 3z, negative 4z, negative 18 plus 10, negative 8. There's my two new equations. Then I'm going to take equation 4. That's going to go right on top. Then I'm going to take equation number 5. That goes right below. Now you'll notice that those variables are not the same anymore, or they're not opposites. So I'm going to go ahead and have to eliminate. So I think what I'm going to do is, on the bottom here, I'm going to do -4. And on the top, I'm also going to have to alter the equation and do +3, because I want opposites. Okay, so 4 times, distribute that all the way across, 12x, and actually let's just go ahead and use the same color there, 12x, and then minus 9z, 3 times 16, is going to be 48. Okay, then -4, distribute that across the second equation. There's my opposite right there, -12x, then plus 16z, -4, -8 is 32. Eliminate there. Okay, -9z plus 16z. We're going to get 7z. Okay, then right here, 48 plus 32, we'll get 80. This is 80 divided by 7. That's not going to work. So I made a mistake along the way. And that's okay, because honestly you guys will do the same thing. So let's kind of backtrack here. Alright, so again I'm looking across. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Alright, so I got my new equation here. Let's actually go back to the beginning and check to see I multiplied everything correctly here. That should have changed signs. Oh, look right there. There's an 18. That 18 should have became negative, and maybe some of you guys noticed that along the way as you were watching. Okay, so now that should be -20. That should be -20 there, and now 3 times -20 will be -60, and then -60 plus 32 should be -28. Okay, so sometimes you guys are going to run into that. And that's really how you kind of have to figure out what mistake did you make. And the mistake might have been on this side, but I figured out that it's actually on the left. Okay? And sometimes when you get so deep into it, honestly, you're just going to have to start over. All right? That's the best way sometimes when you can't find that mistake. All right, so then I get -4 here. Then I'm going to have to, again, take that and plug it into either 4 or 5. And so I'll go ahead and choose, let's say, number 5 this time. All right, so number 5, I'm going to plug that into the z times -4 equals -8, 3x plus 16. Okay, then subtract 16 both sides. Okay, then we'll get -24. Divide by 3, I get -8. There's my first two variables. But again, like I told you, now you gotta find the third variable. So what I'm gonna do is take one of the equations from up there. Let's go ahead and I'll take equation 3. Take equation 3 over here. Let's actually go up a little higher. And I'm gonna plug in x. So it's negative times x, so -8. And then 2y minus 2y plus z, and z is -4 equals 18. Alright, so then we get plus 8 here, minus 2y, minus 4 there. Okay, 8 minus 4, combine like terms, is going to be plus 4 here. Okay, and then subtract 4, both sides, -2y equals 16. Nope, sorry, 14, not 16. Okay, then divide by -2y, y equals -7. Alright, so let's go ahead and write them in here. But again, we need to check them to make sure we're good. Okay, so I'm going to go through each equation. Let's go through number 1, 3 times 8. And again, I'm using the original equations, 1, 2, or 3. We get 8 there. Then minus 2y, so 2 times -7. And then minus 2z, 2 times -2 times 4, -4 equals that. Okay, so -24 plus 14 plus 8 minus 2. Okay, so then we get -24, and -24 plus 14, that's going to be 10, plus, sorry, -10 plus 8 is -2. Okay. Try to save yourself some time by not doing every single little step. You kind of just want to go through and make sure you're good. There's a way to do this on the calculator as well, like I showed you guys before. If you want to know how to do that, ask a friend who remembers, or I can show you guys when I get back and ask me about it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and you can check the rest on your own. Even as you're just plugging them in and figuring out if they're right, make sure you're taking your time here as well, because I mean, you could just forget that negative and go, oh wait, it doesn't work for that variable, and then you make a mistake. Now, if you go through 2 equations and it works, you're pretty much at like 95% sure that it's going to work. Okay. Now, once you plugged in the third, and really, once you've used 3 to find y, really the main ones you want to check are going to be the other 2. Okay, so whatever you use to find that last variable, okay, use the other 2, and that's for sure, you're 95% of the time going to be right. I just always like to do all 3 just in case, all right, in that off chance. All right, so that's number 2. You guys can do number 3 in the notes on your own.